everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 50s Chicks podcast. I'm Annalie,
And I am Patricia.
and today we're going to talk about dating from a guy's perspective.
Why on earth would we be? Why
Look at
would
that.
we be
We're going to look at that. Yes, we're going to be
What do
empathetic,
we
I
care
guess.
about that?
We're going to do it.
I'm
before
just
then-
kidding, JK.
Before then,
yes.
Patricia's going to take us in to
Why are we
self-care.
doing? Why are we?
Always.
this?
Because it looks right.
Does it?
It does.
Okay. Self-care first. Of course, before we do anything, we want to re-emphasize the necessity of caring for yourself in a meaningful way, beyond superficial things, doing that real work on yourself, like, when things are down, or you're getting frustrated with the process, which we all know we're gonna get.
I feel like we always see it. Even in the Reddits,
Yes.
we see
Yes.
people just going like, oh.
All the time.
Ugh.
And a part of that is keeping perspective. You have to recognize this is what it is.
Yes, so we're going to talk about a Reddit that has to do with dating as a guy. And
Yes,
it is titled, Dating as a Guy Sucks.
Oh my goodness. Does it? Does it really? Does it?
And it doesn't suck for women?
Apparently, if he's,
Let's have a look-see.
I guess. Let's look.
It's even titled Rant, so hold on
he
to
is in his
your
spiel.
socks. And
He
it
is
is
in his spiel.
it's under Bumble.
Oh, okay, so something happened on Bumble.
Also his name is Leather Buyer. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, when it comes to dating, men in general have to put in a lot more effort than women. It has amplified by online dating to the point that as a man, it becomes a job. Nothing about it is now fun. Have plenty of average guy and girlfriends that spoke about online dating, and if you're an average dude, you have no chance to get dates on the weekly. Average girls pull dates daily with one picture and no description. It has become so disproportionate that I feel like a lot of men check out. You have to learn what women want, how to talk to them, keep the energy going, be funny, be XYZ, whilst a woman just have to sit there and enjoy the attention. It is honestly mentally draining as a
I
guy.
can't wait to respond.
It's mentally draining. Sure, women have to sift through everyone that matches them, but if I would have to pick, I'd rather be someone who sits back and picks
He wants to be a girl
than someone who has to make this monumental effort and research to do all the work.
Oh my goodness.
As a 32-year-old guy who has had
32.
both women and men review their profile, edit it, take pictures, to even go as far as pick out clothes for dating profiles, paid for subscriptions, signed up to so many apps, I have checked out. Not an awkward person and have more women friends than men. It's so broken and I give up.
He's throwing his hands up. Now he's only 32. See, I can't even speak to what he must be.
I don't know.
Experiencing.
He must be extremely average, first of all, because
most of us are average.
But for him, is he below average?
Most people are average. We are most average. Mm-hmm. So I guess I don't do below average. And the thing about it is, because I had two things that were in my head as far as his rant, when he's saying the amount of work he has to put in. He's talking about average. I'm sure, and I don't know this little boy because, I mean, he's 32. He's a boy. His choice is not an average girl. No one's going to make me believe that he is out there looking for average girls. He's not. He's looking for as we jokingly say, the supermodel. And yeah, you're going to put in the work for them because they wouldn't consider someone who's average choice. So yeah, you're going to put in all that extra work. You are. And they are the ones that are getting all the matches and all this and that. So if you change this little boy I'm talking about, or okay, let me stop calling him a boy. If this young man change his focus and stop going after the, dare I say, the Instagram baddies, then maybe, and maybe he wouldn't have to put in so much work. But yeah, you're gonna have to put in some work. You're gonna have to have a level of integrity that's acceptable. You're gonna have to have all those things.
I feel like too, he has, because in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, a guy, here he is, he takes a picture of himself, has his friends take pictures. He doesn't have to sit in front of the mirror and try to put all this makeup on.
Yes. Do his hair. His whole thing is absurd. He wake up and take a picture and he's good. Yeah.
I mean,
yes. No, he got his feelings hurt by one of the supermodels, dare I say, and now he is, frustrated. Which, yeah, that is frustrating. When you're doing that, it is frustrating. Pick one of the average girls, the girls that you friended. It seems like you have a lot of female friends, and I'm sure those girls are average. And
they might even want to date him.
But he didn't consider them choice select. So no, the supermodels, no, they're not going to consider you because they're supermodels. So if you pick someone that is, first of all, someone that wants to be with you, then no, it's not going to be, I don't know the level of work he's talking about. Yeah, you're going to have to be, somebody worth having. I mean, if that's a lot of work, then you got other stuff to work on.
The only work, it seems to me, is him putting a lot of time in taking pictures.
Is that what he's talking about?
And making a good profile, because
everyone does that.
He do?
Everyone does that.
And he's, I guess, complaining that he's not getting a lot of responses.
But, and I hear all men, our age group, I hear men saying they get like 10% responses.
I'm going to say though, here's the thing. In our culture, society,
definitely, we don't,
women don't go after, that's just how our society is set up.
Exactly.
And some men even get off-put if a woman approaches. So as women, I think we also are a little bit like cautious about, going for it.
And I'm not doing that. And I have other reasons for not pursuing men. And the one that I always say is because men feel that if a woman pursues them, whether they're married or in a relationship, that it means that they have to be receptive. So I don't do that for that reason. I cut out all of that nonsense. So I'm not pursuing a man. And I do believe in the traditional roles and all of that also. But no, this guy sounds like he got his feelings hurt because more than likely he was trying to go after the baddie when he needs to be going after average looking. Well, and the majority of us are average.
Yeah.
So, but men, because of the physical, they want the baddies. They want the models. And those girls don't want average. They won't. And if they do, you're going to have money or something. And yeah, you're going to work. You're going to work for it. So, and when at the other point, when he was saying that the women get all the matches and sifting through, but there's something to be said from quality over quantity. There's a lot of sifting through, but once you sift through the stack, what do you have left? Maybe two and a half sitting there in the pile. So no, I don't think I don't agree with him when he says that men work more. Did he say work more or put in more
Yes,
effort?
put in more
Yeah,
effort.
I don't agree
Where
with
we just
that.
sit back,
And just,
chill, and we have all these choices, all
but
these
see, those,
wonderful choices.
the supermodels, yeah, those are those girls. Those are the ones he's talking about. Yes. Everybody's knocking on the supermodel's door. Yes. Stay away from the supermodel. Are you a supermodel? No.
And keep in mind, what is it? 1 in 5 of the profiles of the women profiles are, scammers
Oh well, yeah, there,
and fake
yeah. And
profiles. So if
we're
you're
not even
looking
gonna
at
count
that,
that. Yeah.
but if he's looking at those
Yeah.
those supermodel girls,
Yeah.
oftentimes they're gonna be scammers and they're not even real.
Yes. And
So
yes. So there's a whole lot to be said. Just go after the girls. You say that you're average looking, and the most of us are average looking. So go after an average looking girl, man. Come on now. It's not rocket science. Goodness. Goodness. And I know that he's only 32.
Here's a male saying some stuff.
Oh, what is he saying?
Well, it's kind of an answer to a previous comment. This person says, 1, if dating has become a chore, stop actively doing it. Wait until you meet somebody that you can connect with and then ask them out on a date.
Yeah.
2, if a woman wants a hookup, yes, it's easier for her to get one, but if she values her safety at all, she has to make sure she doesn't get into bed with the wrong guy. Guys don't have to deal with that as much.
Well, definitely.
And then as a response, number 1, it's not great advice, because if that was an option, we probably wouldn't be bothering with a dating app.
If what was an option?
To connect with someone if you met or
in the wild. Well, there are some people that
Number
do.
2, 100%. Women may have a much easier time meeting men, but at the cost of real physical danger. I'm okay with putting in more effort since I know these women aren't going to hurt me. I'm male.
Oh yeah, that is another thing that we have to be cautious of, So no, I think because he's young, he doesn't have a lot of experience. He just, like I said, he got his feelings hurt. More than likely going after the Instagram baddie.
I'm a woman that dates men, and I don't need a man to keep the energy going, be funny, or talk to me in a certain way. I literally just want a man to show interest in me as a person. Ask me a question that shows you care to get to know me and learn something about me. Yeah. Talk to me like you're curious whether we have anything in common. That's literally it. About 2% of my matches do that.
And that is funny. And that also goes back to him, the whole supermodel thing. And I know I'm joking about that, but yeah, for a girl, a supermodel, yeah, you're going to have to, because she's not interested in you. So yeah, you're going to have to put on a full show in order to try to keep her interested. So yeah, so that makes sense. And you shouldn't be surprised by it. And they're still going to say no because you're not their choice.
This just happened to me on Hinge, asking how her day was. I was interested in all of it. All I got was fine, good, at school.
Yeah, because she's not interested in you. And yeah, because she's not interested in you. I mean, yeah, that's the writing. All the writing is on the wall.
Yeah, you don't even...
Yeah.
Yes, and we talk about that with our self-care, is that if you already know that somebody's not
then
interested,
why are you putting yourself?
Don't, just for your own sake, just stop.
Right. And that's about being good to yourself. You're not being good to yourself when you put yourself in that situation. Get yourself out of it. Make better decisions.
Sadly, it's almost never a profile issue and always just an issue on appearance.
There we go.
In today's age, if you aren't tall with a good smile, then we almost aren't even ever getting swiped right. Best thing to do is work on your self-confidence and go out and meet people. I suggest finding a hobby and join a community. Like we talked about.
Yes.
For example, running, pickleball, rollerblading, pool, etc. Also, just shoot your shot more than ever to learn how to handle rejection.
Yeah, that is true. And see, and they got a sense that he just got his feelings hurt, and now he's, and this commenter, he's right. I mean, I don't know if it's a he or she. However, they're saying it's about looks. Again, it goes back to that. You're over here in this area where it wouldn't benefit you. You need to be in another area, because there are girls that are going to, even if you're not tall, there are girls that are shorter that would be interested, but you don't want them.
Someone here says, a lot of the men I talk to on Hinge say threatening things about being real and putting out, and don't really want to wine and dine anymore because they never get laid.
Again,
their logic is missing steps.
But again, because they're wine and dining, the women, they wine and dine.
Oh my gosh, it's less about getting laid and more about the fact that there are a lot of women who use men on dating apps for free meals with the intention of ghosting them afterwards. How do they know their intention? And also, how do they know their intention?
Right. But and I think that's an urban myth, because nobody is.
And he says, this is why I absolutely don't pay for first dates anymore.
Well, that's why you don't have dates.
He's never going to get.
That's why you don't have dates. But because he's over here dealing with the models and the baddies, and yeah, they know they can get a meal from you.
Yeah.
And they'll take it every time. When you should be over here with the realistic people. And those girls might even go 50-50. I wouldn't recommend it, but they might, because they really like you. Good gracious.
Oh, it does look like the world is going downhill, because this person says, I get ghosted even if they matched me. In my last 5 dates, I've been treated like an object. No questions, zero interest in me as a person, just a monologue on their work problems or new business idea. They don't want to pay for my drink. And want to go to my place. I always feel used after dates. For context, I'm average and have always had beautiful boyfriends, and I'm not sexual in my bio and pictures at all.
Why would you add, I always had beautiful boyfriends? Like, what does that matter? See, and here's on the flip side, the girl on the flip side. You're worried about the looks. So if these guys are using you, then you gotta think about,
maybe she's not picking the right guys.
Yeah, what choices am I making? Like, what choices am I? Why would you say beautiful? Why would you say always beautiful? See, I'm always questioning when people just thrive on the physical like that. And for her to say she's average, well, again, most of us are average.
The women with interesting bios never reply. I have a fully built profile with multiple activities and no mention of gaming or anything. That's a red flag.
I don't Why think gaming is a red flag?
What has the world come to?
I don't think. Now, maybe for young guys, depending on how long they're on
there's a
the
gaming addiction problem.
Right. And I think that's the red flag that he's talking about.
Yeah.
But age-appropriate men, that wouldn't be a red flag because they were into gaming. I wouldn't consider that a red flag. I would consider that they have an interesting hobby, like something that they do.
Ooh, I'm 33, female, and I feel like I've been putting in the effort and men do not. I approach, smile, ask out, and none have reciprocated.
You should be asking.
Or were at least interested. I have a graduate degree, a career, many hobbies, and would love for a man to approach me and make the effort. I feel like I'm giving up on dating because my efforts are nothing.
She's too young to be giving up on dating unless she just has no desire to be a partner. But if she does, that's sad for her to be that young. And again, and it always comes back to, who are you asked? Like, if you asked a man out, if he didn't ask you out, that meant and I'm not, that's why
maybe she shouldn't ask people out. She should go out with the people that ask her out.
Because there's some men asking her out. They are. But she's snooting, maybe.
I'm
snooting her
average looking
nose.
female and I can't get a date to save my life. I don't know what it is, but Bumble sucks. No one replies to anything.
Again, reply.
Um,
What about the ones that are seeking you out? Because you know there are men seeking her out. There are men that are seeking her out. You know, but
I'm gonna say the conclusion that I have here is that dating online sucks for everyone.
Oh yes, it's a horrible pit of misery.
And it's something that we do because that's how to meet people more effectively, quicker, I guess.
Well,
I mean,
it's just the way dating has evolved.
Yeah, it's tough to go out there and meet people organically. I mean,
unless you're involved, unless you have a big friend group and they introduce you, you know, you're very much present in social, you know, circles. Otherwise, you know, you would have to resort to the online thing. That's why I'm kind of branching out, you know, in these groups, and I'm gonna try to be active. You know, even this one guy already, you know, tried to make a date for a pickleball thing. So, you know, those groups are out there, and you just got to have your mind right about what it is you're looking for. And if you're focusing everything on looks, then you're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up.
Yes, and that goes for both women and men.
Oh yes, so, I'm thinking,
and the proof is in the pudding right here. So
because there's integrity, there's their character. All those things are way more important. Than that. So,
well, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to watch us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok,
and Twitter.
It was the other one. Yeah.
And make sure you subscribe.
Yes, we're trying to get to 500.
And thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Oh, I got one.
Oh. Because the thumbs bring the yes.
Yes, and until next time, don't forget to live,
laugh,
and connect.
Oh, there
it is. Bye, everyone.
Bye.